Let's see. Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here. I'm actually going to be sitting down and playing some BattleTech Domination tonight. It's actually a fan-made BattleTech card game, and I played this at NGNGCon. And speaking of which, I've got Scott here, that is the creator and mastermind behind things. So, what's going on, Scott? How are you?
Hey Phil, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Good, man. Let's see. So I've got everything set up. You're gonna have to walk me through. It's been a minute since I played, so yeah.
No problem.
All right.
So,
what am I looking at?
yep. So right now the game is has our starting decks dealt. The objective of the game is to get the deck with the most cards in your deck at the end. Our decks are in the middle there, and they're already pre-dealt.
Okay.
I'll be player one, I guess, for this game, and you can be player two. We haven't set up the supply yet, so the cards that we're going to be able to build our decks from will be in the supply on the left. And there's 4 piles there. If you mouse over any card, it'll zoom in on it, so that way you can read the card. It's a little small as is, but if you mouse over it, you can read any card you want. So the game will always have these 4 cards available to buy, and the first thing we have to do is set up the game with the 12 piles of cards that will be available for this game.
Okay.
So to do that, up in the top of there's the buttons that say randomizer, supply units, supply support. So if you click the randomizer button, it'll bring up a new window that lets us pick which cards we want to play with this game.
Okay. So I've got unit piles, support piles.
Yep, and that's like the box of cards basically. So those windows have all of the cards in the game. If you click the randomizer one, that's got the there's 2 decks of cards there that kind of help us randomize which cards we're going to play with this game. So if you want to do the honors, you need to select 6 unit stacks and 6 supports, and the decks are already pre-shuffled. So if you just pull cards, drag off the top of the deck and pull them into the slots, we can pick some cards.
I see a Mad Cat Mark II and a Marauder.
You might recognize some of the artwork. None of this artwork is mine, by the way, so it's all artwork done by a lot of people, including guys like Alex, Flying Debris, and Shimmy, and some other guys. So I don't want to take any credit for the artwork, just saying that up front.
It's all right. It's all right. I think we can understand that. All right. So do I hit save, or do I just hit X?
There's no save, so just what we need to do now is just find the piles of the matching cards in the supply units and supply support up in the upper left. So you can open a separate window if you click it up above, like the supply.
Oh,
units.
you're talking about supply units? Okay. Now, can I close this randomizer?
You can, as long as you know which cards you need to grab.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha.
This is it's a little tricky part. It's a little wonky.
Okay.
But this is kind of just telling us what cards we need to get, and then the actual piles with that card are in the supply units and in the supply support tab. So like we need the quick draw, we need this SRM carrier, we need the Mad Cat. Basically, the window you just opened is the supply units window, has all the cards available.
See, and I just drag and drop. Okay, I'm feeling it here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else.
You can also right-click on it, and there's a send a supply button and a draw multiple cards, and that way you can draw the entire stack of cards at once, so you don't have to drag and drop each one individually.
Okay, so I can send to supply. What else do we have? Mechanized infantry. Where are they? Okay, they're up here. Send to supply. We have Mad Cat Mark II. I think I already got that, right?
You got the Marauder.
Did I not get it yet?
You still need to get the Mad Cat.
Oh, hold on. I think I'm messing something up. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, just draw a couple at a time, and we'll organize it. Once they're all on the main board, we'll organize it.
All right. There seems to be more than that. Was weird. There was like multiples.
Yeah, there's 5 copies.
Okay. Well, when I clicked send, well, hold on. Let me close this.
When you click send a supply, it'll send all 5 of them onto the game board, and then we can put them in the right pile.
Yeah, I saw that. All right, hold on. Let me fix that. I'm dragging them back.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's a little weird at first, but.
Oh, and then it says the number of how many there are. Okay.
Exactly. So there should be 5 identical copies of each card in each pile once we're done.
Okay. So 2, 3, 4, and I'm doing 6 or 4. 5.
It should be 5 of each. by the
Five.
influencers.
Okay, and then they
so
disappear.
Right, exactly. So the reason we do this is because every game you get a different set of 12 cards to play with. So no two games are going to be alike, and each card is different, and so your strategies and how the game plays is going to be different every time depending on which cards are available.
Okay, so we also have SRM carrier. Okay.
So I'm letting you do all the work, but I'll throw in a little bit of help here and see if I can grab some of the other piles we need to get.
All right, let's see. And obviously, you know, you've done this. You know, you don't have a ton of programming experience and stuff, so I think you've talked to Kelly, and you're actually looking at another program that might help. You know, pretty much everything, right?
Right. Yeah. This program called Vassal is kind of an open game for designing war games and other board games like that. And we can make card games like this in it, but it's really just a blank slate for putting pieces on the board and whatnot, and it doesn't enforce any rules of any kind. So we have to do all this manually. All the cards are there, everything you need to play the game is there, but it doesn't do anything for you automatically. It doesn't play the game for you or enforce any rules. So yeah, I've already started talking with Kelly, and we're going to see if we can find a way to
automate it,
to make this, to automate it.
Okay.
Exactly, because it'd be great that you can just click, set up game, and it does it all for you.
Oh, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so scrapyard send here. We need assassination. Where are you at? Assassination. What are you? Picture.
Up in the top right. It's up in the top middle.
Top middle. There we go. All right, supply, and then we have mobilize. You already know where everything is, though, don't you?
It's in alphabetical order.
Oh, is it? Well, that might help things. All right. Let's see. There we go. Mobilize and
basically what you're doing right now is reaching in, like if you had a physical game in front of you, you're reaching into the box to pull out all the cards you need. Basically,
gotcha.
What's going on.
All right, and forced. Let's see. Where is it? Was that just right there? Okay, there it is. There's slightly different ones. There's different stacks, it looks like.
There is? Which one?
No, I was just looking. Don't mind me.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me get these in here. So, looks like we got a few viewers watching. Bear with me, guys. We're basically setting this up, and then we'll be playing. By the way, all of this is available on our forums. Okay, so we got that. Let me close these windows. Okay, so we got the units and we got the supply, the support. So we got units and support cards. Okay.
Yep. So the unit cards are the ones used to attack and defend against your opponent. Each one represents a mech, although there's vehicles and also some infantry there, like the mechanized infantry and the infantry platoon. Again, if you hover over any card, it'll zoom in on it so you can read what the card says, because they're a little small as is. So the unit cards all have a red number and a blue number on the left. The red number is the unit's attack value, the blue number is the unit's defensive value, and then every card has a number in the bottom left that's on top of that factory icon, and that's how much it costs to buy the card. For example, the Marauder has an attack of 3 and a defense of 3 and costs 7 industry to buy.
Gotcha.
Some cards have a little star next to the factory icon. It's the Star League symbol. And that's an extra symbol. It means you, in addition to having the number of industry, you also have to have a resource card that gives you that star in order to buy that card. And so those cards are typically even more powerful than a normal card would be. But the Mad Cat Mark II costs 9 and a tech, and so it's pretty powerful. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Cool. So the objective of the game is to have the most cards in your deck at the end of the game. The game will end when any 4 of these piles are empty. So right now they all got cards in them, but there's only 5 copies of each, and so when those all run out, the game will be over. So we all start with the same deck of 10 cards in the middle, and all we got is 7 basic factories. That's the card in the upper left that says 1 in the middle. And we have 3 infantry platoons, which is the weakest unit in the game. And that's what we start with, and from those cards we'll buy the better cards to make our decks with. So at the bottom in the middle, there's a little game aid. It says turn order, 1 combat, 2 action, 3 buy, 4 cleanup. And so we each go back and forth playing our turn, and that's the order in which we do things. So the first thing we will do is our units that are deployed in the deployment units are the areas on the right side of the screen. whoever's currently playing will attack the other player with those units. And if your attack is greater than the other person's defense, they will have to scrap cards from their deck. Basically, make their deck smaller, throw them more.
Right.
So that's one way to try to win is by attacking your opponent and making him scrap cards.
All right. So I already have an infantry platoon in the player deployment.
Right. Exactly. So that's you start with that because you're going second. I'm player 1, so you get to start with that as player 2. That's just a little bonus unit.
And so I can't see your cards until you play it in the play area, right?
That's right. Okay. So to get to your hand, you have to hit the button at the top. It says player 2 hand, since you're player 2, and it'll bring up a separate window, and that's your hand.
Okay.
And it'll start empty.
Okay, so just put player 2. Okay, player 2. All right, it's blue, and then what do I do?
So that's your hand. It starts empty. So to make your starting hand, take your draw deck, and you want to draw 5 cards from it. So you can either just drag and drop them into your hand, or you can click draw multiple cards, and drag them up into your hand, whichever one is you find more convenient.
Just hit reveal hand.
No, drag from your deck, from your draw deck, in the middle of the board. Just draw the cards and put them in your hand.
Okay, it's not. Let's see here. It's not doing it for me. Hold on. Drag these off. No, they're not.
Oh, did you maybe you didn't join player 2?
My player 1.
Might have been something. I don't think you may have joined. Up in the top left, there's a button that says retire. It's next to the undo button under help. Click that and see. It should let you join a side.
Okay, join. Give up position as. Okay, yeah, it was player 1.
Okay.
Join player 2. All right, there we go. All right, so player 2.
All right, cool.
All right, there we go.
Little hiccup there. Cool. So you want to start with 5 cards in your hand.
4, 5. All right, I got 5.
Cool. Now, one little quirk is that when you draw cards, they will be face down in your hand. That's what the little back of the card back in the top left means. It means it's face down. The reason you draw them face down is because everything that we're doing gets logged in the chat window on the left, the kind of bright pink text. And if you drew them face up, it would announce what you drew there, and that kind of spoils some of the game. So that's what that means. Just letting you know. Okay, so I go first since I'm player 1. So the first thing we do is combat. So the units in our deployment zones are going to fight. I don't have anything in my deployment zone, so we're going to kind of skip this phase for the first turn only. Once I get a unit, we'll do that. But I don't start with anything. So then the next thing that happens is the action phase. So in the action phase, the current player gets to play 2 actions. So to do an action, you can do one of 2 things. If you have a support card in your hand, that's one of the gray cards that you can buy from the supply. You can play it and do what the card says. The other thing you can do with an action is you can take a unit card from your hand and put it into your deployment zone. You can deploy the unit. So, for example, it's my turn, so I'm going to do my action, and I'm going to take 2 infantry platoons from my hand, and I'm going to put them in my deployment zone.
Okay.
So that's my 2 actions, and then I'm done with the action phase.
All right, so
then
now...
the next thing...
Go
ahead. So now that I've taken my actions, you can take up to 2. You can do 2 deployments. You can play 2 support cards. You can do 1 deployment. You can do 1 support card, any order you want, but you can only do 2 actions.
Okay, so I don't have any support cards. All I got are resource and 2 infantry, so I can go and deploy those.
On your turn, not yet.
No, not yet.
Almost. Not yet. It's still my turn.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll go quick. I'll go faster. So that was my action phase. I played the 2 infantry platoons. Next is the buy phase. So during the buy phase, you can play as many resource cards, those are the gold cards, from your hand as possible. I'll play 3 basic factories. And then you can buy a card costing each the value of the cards you just played. So I just played 3 basic factories. Each one gives me 1 factory industry point. So I can buy a card costing up to 3. So I look in the supply and I choose what card I want to buy. And I'm going to buy a munitions factory. That's the card that gives you 2 resources. Whenever you buy a card, it goes into your discard pile. Okay. So I put it in my discard pile. And then that's the end of the buy phase. You can only buy 1 card per turn. So it doesn't matter how many resources you have, you can only buy 1 card per turn. But there are some cards that let you buy more, but more on that one to cover. Then the last thing you do on the end of your turn is the cleanup phase. The last thing you do is take all the cards you played and any cards left in your hand, and you discard them all.
Okay.
So I'll discard. Oops, I discarded them in the wrong pile. There we go. And you discard them all, and you draw a new hand of 5 cards.
Okay.
And then that's it.
All right. So now it's my turn. Combat. Obviously, I probably don't want to attack because that would...
You could.
Well, you have 0 attack and 1 defense, but you can sacrifice it and kill one of your infantry platoons, but they go to scrap. So I'm going to hold off on that. So I'm going to action. I've got 2. Let's go ahead. All right, so there's 2. Can't do any more, so I'm going to go ahead and buy. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got 3 resources as well. So I'm going to buy a munitions, and then now it's cleanup. So I'll drag these, and I'm done. So now I player hand, do another 5 cards.
There you go.
All right.
Great.
So now what happens? I only have 4 cards in my hand.
Yep. So what happens is if you need to draw more cards, for example, you draw 5 cards at the end of your turn. If you don't have 5 cards, you draw as many as you can. Then you take your discard pile, you shuffle it up, and it becomes your new draw pile. And then you continue drawing from there.
Okay,
so the game does that really easily. If you right-click on your discard pile,
form your draw deck.
Form your draw deck.
Okay. Yeah. And then drag the top.
It does not, except it doesn't shuffle automatically. So, but when you do that, you need to right-click on your draw deck and hit shuffle.
Okay, shuffle. All right, now, all right, cool.
There you go. You're good. Okay, so my turn. Starting with the combat phase. I have an attack 0, defense 2. But I can sacrifice. Now, there's one thing I didn't mention because it didn't come up the first time. If you have an attack of 1 or greater, your opponent has to damage a unit and discard it, regardless of how much attack he has. So I can, for example, if I was to sacrifice my infantry platoon for 1 attack, that would make you have to sacrifice or damage one of your infantry platoons.
Gotcha.
I'm not necessarily going to do that, but that's something to forget. Don't forget that anytime your attack is at least 1, the opponent will have to damage a unit. But gotcha. I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to go straight to my action phase. I'm going to deploy another infantry platoon. So that's my 1 action. I could take another one, but I don't have any more actions to do. So then I will play these basic factories. So 4. Then I am going to buy what do I want to buy? I'm going to buy another munitions factory. Put it in my discard pile. The cards I played go in my discard pile, and I draw 5 new cards, and my turn's done.
All right, now in my player 2 deployment zone, my 2 infantry guys, do I need to flip them over so you can see those?
Yeah, you can. You can either right-click on them and
do
flip. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know what they are.
Okay. So. We got people saying I should win with nothing but foot soldiers. I don't know about that. All right, so you cleaned up. We're pretty much on a stalemate here. So I think I'm going to just hold it. I'm going to go ahead and do my action, which is drag my guys over. Now I've only got, let's see.
This game gets really interesting once we start to buy mechs. It starts pretty slow, but then it'll speed up.
Yeah, I'm starting to look here. Alright, I'll play it safe. Alright, I'm going to purchase 1 munitions. Go ahead and move those back. Alright, so I am done. Your turn, good sir. Your turn.
Right. I am going to damage one of my infantry platoons and put him in my discard pile so that I have 1 attack. So that's gonna. It doesn't make you scrap anything because you have 4 defense, but you will have to damage a unit.
All right. So, and I just.
You just discard him. Pick a unit and discard it.
All right.
Meat shields are fighting. Okay, I got no actions to play, so I'll skip that part and go straight to the buy phase. And I have 5 resources. I will buy a quick draw from the supply. Put them in my discard pile. Discard all these cards and draw 5 new ones.
Oh yeah,
I am done.
Still need to draw my cards. and form new draw deck and shuffle. Alright, there we go.
And there's, by the way, there is a quick button on the top of your hand. There's a button that says Reveal Hand. If you click that, it'll automatically just flip over all your cards so that you don't have to do each one individually.
Okay, cool. Alright, so it's my turn. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing you did. I'm going to damage one of my units, my infantry platoons, so I gain attack of 1. Alright,
I'll damage mine.
Let's see here. So they can see my hand, I'll move it down here. Let's see, what do we got here?
How many resources do you have?
I'm just looking at what I can do here. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go with there's 5. I'm gonna have to, I pretty much have to scrap everything anyway, so every hand, right? So I might as well put the other one down there.
Yeah, it's going to get discarded if you don't use it. Now, if you want to try to go for some of the more expensive cards, the more fancy ones like the Mad Cat Mark II or the Vulture or the Heavy Industry, the Advanced Factory, the card in the upper right that gives you 3 resources and a Lost Deck might be a good buy. Once you get that in your deck, it's really going to increase your buying power.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and drop it in my discard and clear the board. See, discard player 2.
And another quick tip: if you drag and select all the cards, and then you can just right-click and it'll discard them all.
Look at that! See, I'm learning something new.
All right, you draw your 5, and your turn's over. Okay, so my turn. I'm not going to attack this turn.
Okay.
I'm not going to take any actions either. So I'm going to go straight to the buy phase. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 resources. What will let me buy a Marauder? We'll happily add you to my discard pile. Oops. I will choose. I just messed up. Hold on. I think there's an undo button. And I will discard you like so. Form your draw deck, shuffle, and draw 5 cards, and it's your turn.
Alright, so first thing's attack. Now, a question. If you have no cards in your deployment zone, can I still attack?
Yes.
And that hurts your...
I won't have to damage anything. I have nothing to damage, but since I will have a defense of 0 and you'll have an attack of something, it'll make me have to scrap cards from my deck or my hand.
Okay, that's what I thought. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do action and deploy. And then I don't have anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and grab... Oh, hold on, reveal all. Reveal hand. Hold on. Reveal.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, well, I meant to... Oh, can I flip all these together? Yep, flip there. Alright, so I've got 5. I'm going to go ahead and grab a quick draw. And go discard. Yep. And go ahead and draw 5. And alright, I'm ready.
Once these mechs get shuffled in and drawn, these are going to really get the fun. Alright, no attack. I'm not going to do anything, but I'll deploy an infantry platoon. My deployment, my action. And I'll play these 4 basic factories. I will buy... what am I going to buy? I'll buy a mobilization card. It's a support card. Put it in there, and I'll discard these, and... Ooh, I don't think you're gonna like my hand next turn. Just saying.
All right, my turn.
I like my hand. But...
All right. I'll go ahead and drop my PBI here. Let's go reveal. All right, so let's go ahead and get another 5. I'm gonna do another quick draw. And
I see Erodian wins the prize in the chat for seeing that the artwork on the infantry platoon is a screenshot from Starship Troopers. You get high five for that.
All right, and then I need to draw mine. All right, I need to form a new deck, shuffle 2, 3, 4, 5, and go to reveal, and I'm ready.
Okay, so I think I need to soften you up a little bit before my attack. So I'm going to sacrifice infantry platoon to force you to damage one of yours.
Alright.
And I'm going to bring out the quick draw. The quick draw says when I deploy it, I get to choose +1 card, +1 action, or +1 money. +1 card means draw a card. It's just fewer letters. And then +1 action obviously adds another action if I wanted to, and then +1 is to obviously add money. So I'm going to choose to draw a card from the quick draw.
Okay.
And I do. And then I have one more action left because I have 2, and I'll play the Marauder. Now I got both of those big bad boys out there. That's my 2 actions, and then I will play these cards. I got 6. I will buy another. Yeah, I'll buy another Advanced Factory. Start everything, draw 5, and you're up.
Alright, let's see here. Let's see, you're going to have attack of 1, 4, 4, possibly 5 if you... So that'll wipe out those guys.
Well, you'll, when the attack happens... we'll never have to damage more than 1 unit, even if I have an attack that's like 100 times yours. So you only have to damage 1, so you're not going to lose all 3 of your infantry platoons.
Okay.
But if my attack is greater than your defense, then you have to scrap the difference.
One, yeah,
so
gotcha. Not just damage, I have to scrap it.
Right.
Okay.
And the scrapping can happen from your hand or from your draw deck, you can choose, but you're going to have to lose the card somehow. So.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to... Let's defense up. So while I wait here, let's see. Go ahead and move these down here. So I got 8 and
that's a good hand. 1 away from that mad cat.
I know, right? 1 away. Now I can only purchase 1 card or grab 1 card, right? I can't pick 2.
That's right. There are some cards that let you buy more than 1, but you have to play it. For example, the heavy industry card on the lower left gives you a +1 buy, so that would let you buy 2 cards per turn if you play it.
Alright, I'm just looking here.
Yeah, it's the one with the red artwork.
That's tough. But I also need a Star League, which I do have, to get that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think it's a little risky because you're about to throw some heat my way, but I got to go with it. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I am done.
Alright, now the fun begins, at least from my point of view. Okay, so I attack, and I have 5 attack. So the first thing we've got to do is calculate the difference. So I have, 4 attack, not 5, excuse me. So you only have 3 defense, so you need to scrap a card. You can scrap the card from your hand, you can scrap a card from the top of your deck, you can scrap a card from your deployment zone, but you got to scrap something.
Infantry's dying, so scrapping him, he's gone.
Okay, and then once you've scrapped, because I have an attack greater than 1, you also have to damage a unit too.
Alright.
All right.
There we go.
Cool. Okay, so see, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Tell that to
Alright,
Timmy.
so
He's dead, and he's never coming back.
don't you mean Rico? Rico's Roughnecks?
Oh.
That was a great movie, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna 2 actions, so I'll put down 2 more infantry platoons. I have no actions to take, so I'll skip that, and then I'll play these 3 resources, and I will use them to buy. I'm surprised no one's bought me SRM carriers yet. Lessons are usually pretty wicked. I will buy a rapid deployment from the deck here.
Roger.
From the supply card, and you are up.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on attacking because that would be futile. Actions. I've got an action card. A little bit of a defense. All right, let's go ahead and get these out here. So I got 5.
When you play the quick draw, you get choose +1 card, +1 action, +1 money. So
I'm gonna go. What does the money do for you?
It adds 1 like virtual money to the amount of money you have to spend during the buy phase. So like you have 2, 3, 4, 5 resource cards. If you choose the +1, you'll essentially have 6 for this turn.
Okay.
It's like 1 virtual one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm gonna go with draw another card, so I'm gonna go and do that. And so I can draw that to my hand, right?
Yep.
And I can reveal it. Now I can actually deploy that as well, right? Yeah.
Right.
Alright, so now I've got 5, 6, and that's where it gets a little rough. What to do? I don't need that right now.
I think Erodian's already called next game, by the way.
Has he? Is that what he said?
I think he hasn't said it yet. I think he's thinking it.
See, this is tough because the draw 6 cards really doesn't help me because I don't have any action cards yet. I can't get that. And there's only... Oh man, this is tough. I'm gonna go with the advanced factory. I think it's gonna
If you
hurt.
can hold out long enough.
Huh?
If you can hold out, though, that could really pay off for you.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll go ahead
I think
and...
you have a better economy than I do, so you'll be buying better cards if I don't kill you first.
Economy doesn't help if you're all dead, but... Okay, so got that. Let's go ahead and... I need to reform new deck, shuffle... 4, 5... Alright, and I'm good. Your turn.
Alright, so I got a stack of infantry. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack. Excuse me, 4 attack. You have 3 defense. So, okay, I'm actually going to damage one of my infantry platoons to increase my attack by 1. So that means I'll have 5 attack against your 3 defense. So it means you need to scrap 2 cards from your hand. I know. Hey, war is tough, man. Like if you have some basic factories in your hand, might be a good time to get rid of them because basic factories or infantry platoons are pretty crappy. That's it.
All right, scrapping 1 from my hand. Lame. And man. All right, scrapping two from my hand.
All is not lost. I'm just saying that now because here's a little bit of strategy. Basic factories and infantry platoons are pretty much the weakest card in the game. So even though you're losing a few cards right now, technically you're making your deck maybe a little bit more stronger because you have fewer crappy cards watering it down. So yeah, your deck might be a little bit smaller and I might be ahead of you at this point, but you know what?
Whatever, snake tongue. All right, so I scrapped 2 cards from my hand.
And then you got a damage a unit from your deployment zone. Okay, my action. So I'm going to play Mobilization. It says draw cards until I have 6 in my hand. I'm going to draw 1, 2, so now I got 6. And then it says if I have fewer units than you, I get an action too, but I don't, so that doesn't. So play all my cards here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a star. So I'm going to buy a Mad Cat Mark II. So I have just enough to afford him. And everything gets discarded, and we shuffle and draw.
Alright, my turn. I'm not going to attack you.
But we still have an attack of 1, though, so I will have to damage somebody. So damage infantry.
And I'm going to do action, deploy those, another quick draw, and go ahead and take these. So I have 3.
You get to choose a +1 card, +1 action, +1 industry.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the draw card because I need it. Oh yeah, look at that. That helps.
Yeah, there you go.
So 5, 6. You know what? You have your Mark II. I'm gonna raise you a vulture. That's what I'm gonna do. So vulture is discarded, and cards are discarded. So let me go draw another 5. Shuffle 3, 4, 5, and reveal my hand here. All right.
I sensed a little confidence in your voice there, but we'll see what happens here. All right, I got 4 attack, and you got 4 defense, so no scrapping this turn, Phil. You're spared the axe today, but you still have to damage a unit because I have an attack of 1. Have to damage one of those fancy quick draws. Okay, I'll use 1 action to put down another infantry platoon, and then I will my action, and I will play these cards. So I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will use my 7 up a. What do I want? I'm gonna get another Marauder. There you go. That's my turn.
Trying to not have this in the way. Alright, let's see. So you got a Marauder, you scrap that. Alright, I'm not going to attack, but action-wise...
You have an attack of 1, so I still have to damage somebody, regardless of... So
regardless. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... I got 2 actions. I'm going to go ahead and... 1, and... That's...
Uh-oh.
Alright, so I gotta go ahead and use these. And I can't really use this, but I'm gonna drag it down there just so you... I mean, it doesn't matter, I can't use it. So I got 3, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with... I'm gonna go with rapid deployment. So drop that off, and these go back in the discard. Draw another 5. Go ahead, form new deck, shuffle. Alright, reveal hand, and I'm good.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to attack. Okay, so I got 4 attack, but you got 5 defense, so you don't have to do anything but damage somebody.
Let's go ahead and infantry.
14. Okay, rapid deployment, +1 card and +2 actions, so I will draw the card. And I have 3 actions, but I don't have any action cards to play, so sucks to be me. I'll play these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will buy... so many choices. I'll get a Forced Negotiations here. Okay, and draw 5, and that's my turn.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and... I've got at least 1 attack, so you have to damage something, right?
I mean...
Yep, okay.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do an action, which is draw another card, so I'm going to draw a card. Alright, and I still have another action, so actually I've got plenty, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the infantry, PBI, and I'm going to go ahead and drag these out onto the field here. So I got 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go ahead and pick up... Ah, man, this is tough. The Marauder is a beast.
It is.
I have that. I'm gonna be smart here. I'm gonna go with another resource, and I'm gonna go ahead and discard these, and go draw cards, form new shuffle, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reveal, and I'm ready.
All right. I have 4 attack against your 5 defense, so nothing happens there except your damage. You have to damage somebody.
I'm gonna go with the PBI.
Fortune always gets the shaft. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna just tease this because I can't play it but I do have it in my hand. But it does say you can only deploy it if you have fewer mechs in your deployment zone than your opponent has in his, which I don't, so I don't get to play him. But so I will play the infantry platoon and I will play a second marauder. Those are my 2 actions, and then I'll play the resources. I got those 3, and I will buy another. I'm going to buy an assassination card. I love that card. And I'll discard, and I have to discard my Mad Cat too because I didn't get to play him, and I will draw 5. Your turn.
All right, so I've got an attack of 1, so you gotta get rid of PBI. I'm assuming. I've got 2 actions. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy both, and let's see.
You get to choose a +1 card.
Because of that one, I'm gonna go with let's see, 5. I'm gonna go with the card. Reveal hand. I have no actions, though, right?
You use both, correct? Unless you can choose +1 action with your 4th draw.
Yeah, but I already drew the card, so.
Yeah. Then no, it's too late.
If that's what I have, I can't do anything with it.
Right, it's kind of wasted at that point.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and. See, I've got 5. Go with another vulture. Scrap these, or discard. Now, this thing says other M20s +1 attack per mech in your deployment zone.
Right.
So that would be 3 attack plus whatever they have. Okay.
Right. So it has 2 attack natural, and then it gets the +1 for a unit. And that thing about it not counting with units that deal M20s means it doesn't stack on itself, right? Like it doesn't count other vultures as for that bonus. Okay, so I got 7 attack, and you have 2, 4, 6, 7 defense. How convenient. Okay, so I'll play.
I still have to discard 1, right?
Right. I forgot about that. Okay, my first action, I'm going to play Force Negotiation, so it says discard a card, which I will do. And then it says gain a munitions factory, so I will. Gain just means you take it from the supply and put it in your discard pile. And then it says your opponent must place a unit card from his hand on top of his draw deck, or reveal a hand with no unit cards. So if you have any unit cards, you gotta take one and put it on top of your deck. Take it out of your hand and put it on top of your deck.
Put it on my discard or just my deck?
Your draw deck.
Alright, so I can.
Card says to do.
Alright, so I have an infantry. I have to put it back in my draw.
Yep, put it back on top of your draw.
Alright, that's done.
So it means you don't get to play him next turn. It kind of delays the card from coming out by a turn. Basically, what it does. Gotcha. Okay, that's my. Or then I have one more action. I'll play an infantry platoon. And then by phase, I got those 4 with a Star League star, which doesn't help me a whole lot. I will buy I'll buy another munitions factory. Start it all. And it is your turn.
Alright. So I have an attack of. So right now, if I was to attack, you've got a defense of 8, 9. I only have attack of. Yeah, I don't have enough.
Yeah, 4,
2,
you have
3,
6.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't have enough. So, but anyways, you still have to damage. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Well, no.
Let me go ahead and select these. Get them down here. Come on. All right. So
That's
I've
a lot
got.
of resources.
Yeah, it is 6, 7, 8, 9. I could get the Mad Cat, but he's really. I think it's just sort of overrated right now.
I don't know. It might work well for you. It didn't work for me yet.
Yeah.
Helps to have a little foresight, because if you can intentionally have fewer mechs in your deployment zone, so when you draw it, then you're golden.
Got the Marauder. Alright. Putting these back up.
Yeah, it does annoying things when you try to drive like that. Okay. Alright, I have 7 attack, you have 6 defense, so you have to scrap a card from your hand or draw deck.
Oh, you said scrap?
Yeah, scrap, because I have 7, I have 1 more attack than you have
Gotcha.
defense. You can damage that poor quick draw later, but damage scrap first. Wait, you should still have 1 quick draw, I think, out in your deployment zone?
Well, you said scrap 1, I already did.
Right. You could scrap from your hand or from your draw deck if you want. You don't have to scrap your unit.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you have like a basic factory or infantry platoon in your hand, you can just get rid of him.
Well, I already
Or
scrapped
one
the
of those
quick draw
instead.
by accident. Hold on. Is
Oh,
there
let's get him back. We can get him back.
what do I undo?
Here. There's an undo button in the upper left.
Upper left. Let's see here. There we go. Alright, so I can scrap something in my hand.
Right.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and... It can be just a card, right?
Mm-hmm. Any old card.
Alright, done.
Alright, so you did your scrapping, now you have to damage the unit, but that's just the discard part.
Alright, done.
Okay, so rapid deployment, 1 card, draw a card, and I have no more actions to play, so I will play my hand of resource cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will buy a. I'll buy a. What do I want to buy? I don't even know. I'll buy another quick draw. I like the quick draw because I love Alex's artwork. Okay. Card and draw 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. You're up.
Alright, so you have to damage a card, so...
Or quick draw. All that's left is the Marauders.
Alright, now action would be... I'm going to go ahead and drop that. That means, so I have a total of 4 actions. So I'm going to go ahead and...
Three actions, I think, right? Because it costs you 1 action to play it.
Okay, so 3.
Yep.
So grab these 2. So now I have 1 left and I gotta draw a card. Alright, so I have nothing else, so I'll go ahead and drop these. 6. I mean, you're kicking my butt as far as the attack goes.
But if you could pair those vultures with some more units, like quick draws or something, get a
Yeah.
big bonus. Or you can go the economic route and try to get more heavy industry so you can buy more cards, or even get a scrapyard so you can get some of those cards you scrapped back.
Yeah, 6.
Versus 2.
Go quick draw. And go ahead and scrap. Damage those. Alright, draw my. Alright, form, shuffle, and 6. Alright, your turn.
Okay. I have 6 attack. You have plenty of defense, 7 defense. So you just have to damage poor Timmy again, I guess. Alright, I'll play mobilization. Draw until you have 6. So I'll draw 1, 2, 6 now. I am annoyed because I again have the. Oh wait, this time I can't. Oh, I can play it this time.
Yeah,
because I have fewer units again. Oh, kick ass. Okay. I have 1 action left because the mobilization gave me an action. Play the quick draw. I will use it to draw a card, and I'm out of actions. I will play 2. Boom. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will buy another advanced factor. It's your turn.
Alright, gonna go ahead and don't have any. I'm not gonna attack, but you're gonna have to damage 1, and I'm gonna go ahead and deploy my.
What happened to all the infantry?
Hold on a second. So you're gonna have 6. God almighty, you're gonna have 12. 5, 7, 9, 10. I'm not gonna have anything, so I'm gonna have to scrap something on the next turn. Alright, so that's my. Alright. Oh, my infantry out there? Because I'm gonna have to scrap 2 cards. Yeah, it can be from my hand, but
or from your deployment zone. So by putting your infantry platoon down, you can scrap them easier next turn if you want.
yeah. All right. Well, I've only got 3, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab. Rapid deployment and send these. All right, draw 5. All right, and shuffle and reveal hand, and it's on you.
All right, I have my Mad Cat's finally out in the fray, so we got 6, 12.
What's your? You already counted it up, but I forgot what it was. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So yeah, so you have to scrap 2 cards from any combination of your hand, deck, deployment zone. Doesn't matter where they come from.
I'm gonna go with PBI.
Those dual ERPPCs, man, they really hurt.
And munition. Alright, cool. 2 done.
Okay. So I have that's that. Oh, and then you have to damage somebody, unfortunately. You actually have you have quite a bit of attack too, actually. Okay. And then I will deploy an infantry platoon. That's 1 action. I don't have any other actions to take. I'll play these guys. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will buy. Do I want another Marauder? Yeah, I'll get another Marauder. Seem to be playing this game very militaristically, so I'll just keep that up. Why stop now? Okay, and then I'll draw 5, and it's your turn.
Alright, let's see. I've got 7. Well, I got 7. Well, your PBI are gonna be discarded. I'm gonna go ahead and draw that, and I get plus. I'm gonna go +1 card. All right. Well, that was sort of pointless. So second, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that and get another card. All right. So I still have another 2 actions. Gonna go ahead and deploy the quick draw and get another card. No, I still have 2 actions, right? So hold on.
Right.
Yeah.
More actions.
And gonna go ahead and deploy another +1. And gonna go ahead and drop my infantry. Now I'm gonna go ahead and that was a nice thing.
That was pretty much your whole deck, I think, in one turn.
Yeah, pretty much. So I have 7 here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a Marauder as well. I need the hitting
That's the
power.
last Marauder.
Yep. So there's 2
So we got
decks.
2 empty piles. Yeah.
All right. So now I'm gonna go send these to the discard. I need to form a new draw deck and shuffle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reveal. All right. Now on this, yeah. Pain is coming.
Like the sound of that.
Pain is
like the sound of
coming. Finally.
I'm running out of Timmy's.
I don't
That's
know,
my problem. Okay.
unless you drop some cards down. I don't know. So I mean, I have
Let's see.
quite a bit of damage here.
I can't count that.
Well, 2, 4. I've already got 7, 8, 9, plus the additional. Yeah, plus the additional bonuses.
I think that's like 50 something. I think. All right, but first, let's say I got 12 against you because it's my turn. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's not cool. All right, so
Have to damage
so you got
infantry.
12, so you got to damage. Yeah, got to damage. Poor guy. All right, so my turn. Let's see if I can make something happen here. Got a rapid deployment +1 card, and I'll get 2 actions. So I got 3 actions left. I will play infantry platoon. So I got 2 actions left, and I'll play a force negotiation. So it says discard a card. So I will. Gain a munitions factory. So I will. And then your opponent must discard or put a unit card back on top of his deck, or reveal a hand with no unit cards. So, got any unit cards? You got to put it back on the top of your
That's
deck.
bogus. All right, it's done.
All right, excellent. That's what happens when you're forced to negotiate. You know, I have the upper hand. What can I say? Okay, 3 resources. I will buy a mechanized infantry. Those are surprisingly useful, and I should have been buying them the whole time. Right, and draw 5.
All right, so let's see. You have a defense of 3, 6, 10. Basically 10, 11. I've got an attack of 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, and then it's how does this vulture work? Because I've got +1 attack per mech in your deployment zone. So 1, 2, 3. Now, do those stack or no?
They stack, so each vulture gets a +3 on top of his 2. So the vultures are essentially worth 5 attack each, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right, so I'm attacking.
I have 3, 6, 10, 11. So so
You got discard.
15 to 11. Now, I didn't say this at the beginning, but I'm not cheating. I'm not just making this up. But you can never be forced to scrap more than 3 cards per turn,
Just
regardless
2.
of how much.
Just
big
2, yeah.
Or perfect. So I will scrap. I'll scrap 1, 2, and I'll scrap an infantry platoon. No. Oh, this is tough. I'll scrap another card from my hand. So there's the 3. And then now I have to damage a unit. So
Hold on,
5
so
minus the
you
Marauder.
scrapped 3 or you scrapped 2? You're supposed to scrap 2,
It was,
right?
Scrap 3. I thought it was 15 to 12.
Yeah, so, you can't do over 3 cards. Gotcha.
Right, exactly. So I scrapped the 3, and then I have to damage a unit on top of that. So there goes the Marauder, and your Reign of Terror is over for at least a turn.
Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and my action cards. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop another Marauder. I still got plenty of actions, so I'm going to go ahead and drop another. And, alright, reveal hand. Alright, so
I'm doomed.
Alright, 7. I'm gonna go ahead and get another vulture, and gonna go ahead and discard these. Now could I draw? Okay, shuffle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reveal.
Right. So you've weakened me, but I still have 9 attack. You have plenty of defense. Still got to damage somebody though.
It's quick draw.
And no PBI. So, all right. One action, deploy infantry platoon. I have no other cards to play, so I'll go to the buy phase. I got 4. I will use my 4 to buy. I'll buy a mobilization. Buy a mobilization. That's my turn. Draw 5 more. That's my turn.
All right, so right off the bat, attack. I've got basically the same thing. I've got 3 extra, so both my vultures are 10, and then I've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 attack right now.
Jeez. Okay, I can't count that high. Okay, so I have to scrap 3 more
3 cards.
again.
Yep.
So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3.
Then you get a damage.
then I have to damage.
Discard. Yep.
All right.
All right. So now to put the hurt back on, I'm gonna go ahead and do action. I'm gonna go ahead and do another action. Draw a card. All right. Flip it. All right. So still have. I've had 1, 2. All right. Another one. All right, flip that, and I still have another action. Now, can I put another card down in deployment, or is there a limit?
Yeah. Nope. As long as you have actions, you can put cards down.
All right, dude.
Now, there's one small caveat that at the end of the game, when the game ends, cards that are in your deployment zone don't count as part of your deck for scoring purposes. But other than that, you can put as many cards down as you want.
All right. So let's go ahead and drag, bam. All right, and then of course, let's go ahead and get. I've got 7 here. I'm gonna go ahead and do another. I like the heavy industries by 1. I also like.
I don't like where this is heading.
I liked the first half of this game much better.
Yeah, right.
Can we go back? Can we go back?
I'm gonna go with rapid deployment. I mean, that's a really good card.
It is. If you have units and whatnot to play with it, then yeah, it is.
All right.
If you don't have anything to fuse your actions on, it's kind of a waste. But yeah.
All right, shuffle 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, on you, good sir.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Attack.
My quick draw did give me another card. Totally forgot. All right, never mind.
Yeah, I forgot to. Or an action, or plus 1 money.
See, and that's where I feel like if you can get this automated, would be awesome, right? Because you play the card and it'll pop up. What choose what you want, draw a card from your deck, and yeah. I don't think
at this point with the number of units, I would just wish it had a counter so that it could tell me what your attack was, because I really can't count that high.
Well, pretty much what my attack is, my defense is 6, 12. I mean, I've got 16 defense.
That's a lot. Yeah, still gotta damage somebody.
Yep, quick draw.
Okay. Great. Oh, I forgot to draw my 5 cards last turn. Oh no, that's because I had to scrap. Of course, I forgot. Okay, so I only have 2 cards in my hand because you made me scrap them all last turn. But I will play a quick draw. I'll gain a card. I'll draw a card from it. Excuse me. And that's all my actions. Then I'll play 1, 2. And for 3, I will buy a. I feel like I'm starting to lose this game, so I'm going to try to end the game quicker by buying out the piles. So I'll get another rapid deployment and draw my 5, and that's my turn.
Alright, so of course my attack is now is instead of it's 8, just pretty much 3 cards.
Yeah, pretty much 3. We'll just leave it at that. So there's 1, there's 2. Why is this card face up on my deck? I don't know why. But I'll scrap them too. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bug that force negotiations isn't flipping over properly. I'll look into that. Alright, there's your 3, and then I have to damage, and I will damage the quick draw.
Alright, so +1 card. Oh wow. Alright, action. I think I'm pretty good on that, so. Ah, man, this is tough. I'm gonna draw another card. Alright, and action, and then obviously draw one more card. Alright, cool.
There you go.
How can I make this game end quickly before you completely obliterate me?
Well, let's see. What do I want to do here? How many of the I can't see the numbers below. 4.
Yeah, if you click on it, it'll bring it back up. It gets covered up by the cards sometimes.
Alright, so we still have a while.
Unless I can buy 3 mobilizations or 2 vultures or something.
7.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Choices. No more Marauders to buy though.
yeah, no. Well, see, it concerns me because I have so many cards in my deployment zone, but on the flip side, you keep having to destroy cards as well.
It is possible to overdo it though, since I can only be forced to scrap 3 cards per turn.
Yeah.
The rest is kind of wasted, so you don't necessarily need any. You may have enough tack already.
I'm gonna go with that choice. So that means I can gain more cards.
Mm-hmm.
Scrapyard, goodbye.
So form a new deck, shuffle. Let's get these up here. And reveal. Alright, it's on you.
Alright, 9 attack. You've got plenty of defense. Just got a damage. Alright, I'll play Mechanized Infantry for my hand. Gives me 1 more action. It's like a regular infantry, but I get an action when I play him. So it doesn't help me much in this situation. Mobilization, draw up to 6. So that's really good because you made me scrap a bunch of cards last turn, so I get to draw 5 cards as a result. Alright, I get plus 1 more action from that, so I still have 2 actions left. So I will play a Marauder. And I have 1 more action, but no more things to do with it. No more cards to play, that is. So there's that, and I have 2, 5, 11 resources. I will buy another Mad Cat Mark II. And
that could be troublesome.
If I can get him out in time. Alright, and draw 5. 1, 2, shuffle. 3, 4, 5. You're up.
Alright, so I've got 18 attack or what? Yeah, 3 cards. I don't think it really matters.
No, I'm running out of good cards to scrap those, so let's do 1, 2, and I'll scrap the Mechanized Infantry. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. I'll scrap card from top of my deck. There we go. Alright, that's 3, and then I have to damage, so that's what I'll damage the Mechanized Infantry.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and got 2 actions. I'm going to go ahead and gain 2 random cards from the scrap heap, so just drag them into my... Do I put them in my discard or into my draw?
Yes. Gain means put them in your discard, and that scrap heap shuffles itself automatically, so just drag 2 cards and you get what you get.
Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and do +1. Alright, oops. Alright, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and deploy my quick draw, which means I get another card. It's ridiculous.
You built a nice deck. You took your time getting there, but you built yourself a really nice deck. But next time you play, though, you're gonna have different cards. You have to find a new strategy.
Alright, so I need another card, so I need to form a new deck, shuffle 1 card for that. Alright, there we go. And now I've got, let me just pull these off to the side here. I've got 2 3s, so that's 6, 7, 8, still not enough for that damn Mad Cat. I've been trying to get it.
You wouldn't be able to deploy it anyway. You have too many units in your deck, or too many units.
Yeah, I don't really need it.
I do.
Do Scrapyard again. And go ahead and discard these. And then draw another 5.
Right.
4, 5.
Okay, so I have another meaningless 12 attack. And usually 12 attack is so much, but not against all the units you have, so
Damage
you gotta
1.
damage somebody.
Alright, quick draws out.
Right. Good choice. +1 card with the rapid deployment. I have 3 actions, so I will play an infantry platoon, I will play a quick draw, and I will use him to draw a card. I have 1 action left, but nothing to do with it, so I will play these 2 cards, and I will buy a vulture, so that you can't monopolize them all. So there's only 1 vulture left, so if someone buys it, the game's going to be over.
Alright.
Which I think you're taking the cake here. All right, and there's 5 cards, and you're up.
All right, so I've got still got ridiculous attack. It's like 18. So yeah, 3 cards again.
I'm getting used to this. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Not getting the damage. Infantry platoon.
All right, so actions. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy my infantry because I need a meat shield. I'm gonna go ahead and get another card. All right. So I still got 2 actions. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy 2 from the scrap pile. I'm gonna go drag those over. Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and do another action. Get another card. Alright, do another action. Get another card. Nice. Now I got 5. I could go ahead and call it. I'm wondering, do I have enough cards? I'm gonna go and risk it. I think I've got you. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the card there. And put these back in my deck. Discard. And alright.
So game's over.
Okay.
So game's over, so now we can count. There's a handy utility to count the cards. So first thing you need to do is leave all the units deployed there. They don't get to count. So, but if you have any cards in your hand, discard them all. And then just form a new draw deck, put them up so that everything's together. And then up at the top, on the right, there's a button that says victory counter. If you can drag your whole deck onto the green box, and it'll give you the total. So the way I like to do that is use the draw. You can draw them one at a time, but if you just right-click on the deck, do multiple cards, put in an arbitrarily high number, like 100 or whatever, and then drag the whole thing over. It'll drag it over all at once, and it'll give you your total.
All right, I've got 14.
14. Okay, cool. So now put them back, and I'll do the same. I thought it'd be bigger than that. You got a lot of cards out in there.
Yeah, I did too, but see more than that. I don't know why.
Well, a lot of them are out in your deployment zone because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in your deployment zone.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I'll do the same. Let's see. Drag and 13.
Nice.
No,
right at 14.
Versus by 1 card, so you ended it at the right time.
All right.
I actually thought I might win that one there, but
well, I think those vultures having to scrap saved my ass there, because
yeah,
most definitely.
I had an early lead for sure, but then you were able to catch up, and sometimes it can be tough to catch up from that far behind, but you did it.
Barely.
Barely.
But that worked.
Well,
now, okay.
If you let the game go on any longer, you would have just beaten me by more. So.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always a chance, always a risk. So if someone wants to check this out, I know we have this over at our forums, so if someone wants to check it out, if you just go to the NoGutsNoGalaxy website, go to the forums and the other games, let me go ahead and get you guys the link, those that are watching live, and I'll provide this in the link. I'm going to put this over on our YouTube channel as well. basically what this is it's a simple download of, it's called Vassal. You install it, and then there's also a file for this BattleTech Dominion card game. And it was pretty easy. I mean, I started it up, I hit File, New Game, asked me online, and you had already started one. And then it showed up right here, Scott's game. I just joined it, and then I right-clicked on your name, and I said synchronize. And as soon as that happened, it popped up, and we're off. Now, I guess the difficult thing is they need to know the rules, but you also provided those as well, right?
Yeah, I made a rule book with every rule explicitly written in there, and then there's also a kind of a rule summary in there that kind of describe the real basics. But it's all in there. In the forum, I posted a link to the PDF file. It's got all the rules in there, so you can read that up and get the rules. There's also a download in there that has the full card set, so if you're interested in seeing what all the different cards are, there's about 40 different unit cards and about 40 different support cards. And so there's a file there, you can download that and see all those cards and see that way you don't have to look at the little ones here on the screen.
I was gonna say there's a ton of vehicles and mechs and infantry. Now, this being said, you are looking at a different program that may automate basically all of this, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Is you can imagine each time it pops up, hey, you have 10 attack or whatever, and I don't think it'd be too difficult. Really, with a little bit of programmer's help, and this could be you automate a lot of this, and it would probably even speed up the game quite a bit. I mean, it literally would walk you through, like, okay, I have attack. It would ask you which cards do you want to scrap, and then hey, you get an extra card or action, which do you want, and it have a you can almost imagine an action counter and stuff like that over here.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple cards in the deck that might be a little tricky to script, but I think overall the basic rules of the game, I think are easy to script. The only problem is I'm not a programmer, so I need some help. So I'm going to I've talked to Kelly already. We've already kind of chatted about it, and we'll see what happens. But I'd love to do a scripted game like that because, like you said, we spent half our time counting up attack values and defense values, and it'd be awesome just to have something that prompted you and made the cards glow or something like that to prompt you when you had to do certain things.
And so if someone out there, if you're watching this over at YouTube, if you're a programmer or if you're interested, again, you can come to the NoGutsNoGalaxy forums, and it's under the other MechWarrior and BattleTech games, and it's the BattleTech Domination. And then Scott he goes by Sir Edvard on there, and he's the one who created the thread, so you can always give him a PM. And like I said, I'm enjoying this. I would enjoy it even more if it was automated. I mean, I haven't played this since NGNGCon, and you were able to walk me through it pretty damn quick, get me caught up, and I feel pretty confident. Obviously, the big thing would be you have other cards, and I watch a lot of on Twitch right now. There's a Hearthstone game, and this, I'm watching the Hearthstone game, and I'm thinking, man, this would be awesome. And then obviously here's this right here, and you're a game designer, and like I said, I think a BattleTech online card game like this would be awesome, would be great. I mean, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles and flashy, all that animations and graphics and particles effects, but to me that's okay. Yeah, I enjoy it. So thank you again for coming on here tonight and playing a match with me and showing everyone out there about the game.
No problem. And if anyone else is interested, just shoot me a message. I'd be happy to step online. Oh, sorry, that's my 10-month-old in the background.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy to jump online. I think she wants to get next, is what she's saying.
All right.
But if anyone wants to play, just let me know. I'd be happy to play. And I know there's a few other people who I've played with and who enjoy the game who I think would also be interested in playing online. So until we get something else going, I think this is still fun and easy to play, and be happy to get a game going.
Awesome. Thank you again, Scott, and thank you to everyone else who came out here and watched this. I know the official MechWarrior Online stream is going on right now, and I'm actually going to hop down there and play a little bit, so if you'd like to join us, again, head over to twitch.tv MechWarrior Online, and we'll be there. So, all right, guys, have a great night.
And thanks a lot, Phil, for setting this up. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. All right, guys. Later.
All right, good night.